name is Dr. Edward Granat. I've been helping people for over 20 years, and I have worked with nutritional products for even longer than that. Nutrition is a huge part of my life, and it's a huge part of my patients' lives. And I think that it is one of the most important pillars of health. And with any kind of problem, especially chronic problems, if you do not address nutritional needs, you will not get the results that you are looking for. For me, I am all about results. I have very challenging patients. Some of my patients have seen 5, 6, 7 different doctors before they come to me because they have not been able to get their health back on track. And so I'm always looking for the latest and the greatest and the most effective supplements, techniques, and methods that I can find. I was introduced to this amazing product a couple of years ago, and it was touch and go because I'm always introduced to so many different products. And without getting too much into the detail, I decided to give this product a try because of the results that I started seeing with my own family, which I will talk a little bit about once I'm done explaining what this product can do. And in order to explain what this product does and how it works, I think it's really important to compare it to something that we've already been using. And I think that's just regular supplements, right? We have something that's in a bottle. If you can see my bottle with this thing, right? You can see the bottle, maybe not. But we take a supplement and we hope that it's going to do what it says it's going to do. But how does it really work? And for that matter, how does food work? How does it all work? How does our body use it in order to repair itself? Because in my practice, my philosophy is the body knows how to repair itself. We are all born with these amazing self-repairing mechanisms on a cellular level. But in order for it to do that, you need to get the material, in this case, the nutrition, into the cell, right? So again, hopefully you can see this. Yeah, you see an apple. So whenever I ask my patients, okay, I said, you take a bite of the apple and then what happens? So they say, okay, take a bite of the apple goes, down our digestive system into the stomach, through all the different organs, through the liver, the gallbladder, the small intestine, and the large intestine, and out. And I'm like, okay, but how does it really, and you don't really think about how does it really work? Well, what has to happen in order for it to work is it has to get into your cell, right? And it's no wonder that this amazing product is called rapid DNA drops. DNA is the center or the heart or the computer of the cell that makes the cell work. It's what gives it instructions, right? That's how the body works. And if you do not get something into the cell, it could be the best possible amazing food or supplement. It will not work. And in today's day and age, I can tell you that most of us have compromised digestion, right? So we just said that in order for it to get into the cell, it has to go through this digestive tract. And at best, today, if you took a supplement, and let's say you're a healthy person, I don't know if there's such a thing today, but let's say you're someone who has no symptoms, you can absorb something up to 30%, right? The rest of it just does not get absorbed. And that's why a lot of people say, I'm taking these supplements and, I changed my diet and I'm still not getting better, right? And that is why, because of the absorption. And this is what makes our product so amazing, because you absorb it into your bloodstream, right? Which is where it needs to go. In order for it to go into the cell, it needs to go into the bloodstream first. Once it goes into the bloodstream, then what happens next, we're not going to get into details, it can then be picked up and recognized by the cell. The cell has to open up, accept the material, and then once the material is in there, those repair mechanisms can get replenished, and then the body starts to repair and heal itself, right? And that's the whole principle. And that's really important to understand, because if you do not get things into the cell, you're not going to get the results. So that's why what's amazing about this is once you take this in sublingually, it right away starts to go into your bloodstream instantaneously. That's why it works so quickly. The other thing that we have to understand is when you take a supplement and you compare it to this product line, in my experience, this resembles more of a food, a very nutrient-dense food, rather than a supplement that has been made in the laboratory. And our body, which is made by Mother Nature, understands food. It understands information that's delivered by food. That's why the cells so readily accept this product. And that's why it works so amazingly well. The other thing that we have to understand is that when you eat an apple, right, the apple is contained in the core of something called like this stuff that we get in order to get all the things in it is called fiber. Sorry, had a little bit of a brain thing. So all this fiber, right, that holds all the amazing stuff in it, in this matrix of fiber, how much of this fiber could we really eat? Well, maybe 2-3 apples, and then we get full, right? What's cool about the DNA drops is that this drop literally contains all the most amazing information that this apple contains, right? But it's concentrated, right? And look how small this thing is, right? So you're taking the essence of the food and you're concentrating it, and then it's getting into your cell. So you're being able to take it in therapeutic dosages, which is, again, what gives you the amazing effect, right? And here's the other cool thing that I've seen and I've realized. When you take, right, when we think about food, right, you have to think about the life force of the food, right? So when you take a piece of cucumber, tomato, and you take it off of its plant, once you take it off of its plant, that food starts to spoil, right? So the longer you leave it in the fridge, the less effective it becomes because it starts to spoil, right? Why? Because it's no longer connected to its source of life, where it receives nutrients. What's cool about these drops is that they've been able to take it and almost put the nutrients in suspended animation. So they're just as effective as when it's picked off of the actual plant. And that's what makes them so powerful. That's what makes them so effective, right? And that's why I think that's how they differ from supplements, because supplements, as good as they are, and believe me, I still use supplements in my practice all the time. But when I'm able to introduce these along with the supplements and make this amazing combination treatment, I get much, much better results. What's another really interesting thing, 20 years ago when I started working, the level of the person that came into me, what I mean by that, the level of how sick they are is completely different than it is today. I could get away with treating somebody's digestive problem with maybe 2 supplements, or somebody's HP axis, which means the stress issues that the body goes through and gets this balance, with maybe 2, maybe 3 supplements. Now I have to use 8, maybe 9, sometimes even more. What's cool about this product, it has so many amazing ingredients in it, and they're so powerful and they're so active. And the reason why is because the company uses something in their process and they infuse it with negative ions. What's cool about that, right? First of all, the product works much more quickly. Second of all, there's almost an intelligence to this product. Well, why? Well, because in our body, we have all these parameters that have to be kept at very specific ranges for the body to stay healthy, right? So there is pH, there's temperature, there's oxygen levels, and there's also what's known as positive and negative charges. That's how things happen in the body. When somebody becomes more sick, they develop, let's just make this very simple, more of a positive charge around that area, whether it's an organ or a specific system. And since these products have a negative charge, negative attracts positive, the product knows where to go to heal. And that's what makes the product so amazing as well. So look at this amazing stuff. It's more Mother Nature. It's more intelligent. It's more concentrated. It's more alive. That's what makes the product so much more unique. And that's what makes it different than any other supplement that I've worked with. And that's why I will continue working with this product. And I think that many of you who have not tried it absolutely need to try it. You will see the difference and you will feel the difference.